We'll start by watching this short introduction to the Grade 4 Stories of Excellence learning resource. When it's finished, we'll go into more detail about the features of this resource.
In the Grade 4 Social Studies Digital Learning Resource, Stories of Excellence, students are asked by the Chair of the Alberta Order of Excellence to help share the stories of the members of the Order. Students have the opportunity to demonstrate critical thinking by examining and then selecting photos, video clips, phrases, and symbols to include in a movie that effectively tells the story of one member. Students justify their selections and record their notes that can be printed at any time as part of evidence of learning that may be used as part of formative or summative feedback. As they enter the design studio and create their movies, students will reflect upon the people, places, and stories of Alberta and learn about members of the Order as active, responsible citizens and how they have contributed to the shaping and evolution of Alberta.
I also saw that there was a lot of problems, social problems within the city of Calgary. And so for about 5 or 6 years, I said I'd like to volunteer working with disadvantaged children or disadvantaged families.
Again, there is an opportunity for students to print their notes to show evidence of learning. Detailed teacher notes are provided, including outcome correlations, suggestions for differentiation, and assessment support materials.
Now let's look more closely at this resource. The first thing students will be asked to do is either sign in or get an account at learnalberta.ca. Each student will need to create an account in order to save their work. This process is described in detail in the downloadable teacher notes that accompany the resource. These notes include outcome correlations, suggestions for differentiation, and assessment support materials. After students sign in, the resource will load and a short introductory animation will play.
Alberta is a wonderful place to live. Amazing people have built our communities. Their stories bring this province to life. Hello, I'm the chair of the Alberta Order of Excellence Council. The Alberta Order of Excellence celebrates outstanding Albertans and their stories. How can I share some of their stories? I know, you can help by making a movie. Start by exploring the rooms. Then choose one member whose story you'd like to make a movie about. Click on me anytime you need help.
5 doors appear, and each door leads to a room for one of the members of the Alberta Order of Excellence. These members are on a 3-year cycle, where a different group of 5 are displayed each year. If a room has been entered, the portrait of the member will be displayed on the outside, and the door will be slightly open. But until the student enters the room, they don't know which member is inside. If a movie has already been created for a member, it's possible to skip directly to the movie using the button above the door. It's also possible to create a new movie for the same person. Let's explore one of the rooms. This room belongs to Chester Cunningham. It contains photos, video clips, symbols, and phrases that provide information about him. Once inside a room, it's possible to go back to the main screen by clicking on the Home button, or quickly move to a different room by clicking on the Switch Room button. Context-specific help is provided throughout the resource. As students explore the room, they gather items to use in a movie that tells the story of the person. My Collection shows what has been collected and what needs to be collected for each of the 4 scenes that will comprise the movie. Rolling over the question mark will explain what kinds of things should be collected for that scene. Let's look at the photos. 2 photos need to be added to the collection. Clicking on a thumbnail enlarges the photo. The photo is displayed along with a brief description. For each photo, the student is given the option of adding it to one of 2 scenes. Students can always roll over the question mark to see what should be in that scene. If the student decides to add the photo to their collection, they can justify their decision. Whatever is typed will be added to their notes. The student can also decide not to add the photo at this time. If the photo is added, its icon will fill in, and rolling over it in the collection will reveal a thumbnail. It's possible to add or remove items using the buttons that are part of this collection. At any time, students can open their notes and edit them in this window. Notes can also be printed. As a teacher, you may wish to direct your students to print their notes as part of the evidence of learning that may be used as part of formative or summative feedback. It's possible to add a photo to the collection without adding any notes. You can decide if this is a requirement for your students. When students have added 2 photos to their collection, they'll be notified. Clicking on the back button takes the student back to the room. The same procedure is followed to add videos.
I think it's my upbringing that, you can't survive by yourself. You need the support of the community. And if you can contribute to the community, then you should contribute.
Symbols from the personalized Alberta Order of Excellence scroll. And phrases to the collection. At any time, it's possible to roll over the icons in the collection to see the items that have been gathered.
I think it's my upbringing that
When the collection is complete, the design studio can be entered through the secret entrance behind the bookshelf. Students can select the font, the music, and the color scheme for their movie. Students' notes can be printed from within the design studio. And finally, students can watch their movie. Once a movie has been created, students can sign in from home and skip directly to this screen to share their movie with their family or their friends.
I think it's my upbringing that, you know, you can't survive by yourself. You need the support of the community. And if you can contribute to the community, then you should contribute. My dad used to give us some quality time. There was 9 of us in the family. And he'd come and play hockey with us or come and play ball with us. And even my sisters were good ball players.
To make changes to a movie, students can go back to the room and update their collection. And with this, we end our webinar session on the Grade 4 resource, Stories of Excellence.